everyone. Welcome to another thrilling episode of the Angry Money Pod. We're excited that you're tuning. Whether you're a new timer or a returning listener, we promise to make your time with us worth every minute. So sit down, relax, and let's dive into it. Today, we're joined by a special guest and an expert in sales and marketing, Kehinde. Kehinde is the country manager of Zoho. This episode was amazing. Jam, what do you think about this
Wow,
episode?
amazing. I think this episode is really meant for business owners that really want to scale their business. And I know a lot of us are very entrepreneurial. So even if you're a creator, even if you're on TikTok, even if you sell clothes on Instagram, it really doesn't matter. This episode just reinforced the need to have tools to make sure that you better your life and you better your business and you grow your business. So another thing that really struck to me in the episode is when I see companies that are multinational companies like Coca-Cola, they sell to a global audience and they think globally, but they also think locally as well. They act locally. So it was refreshing to see like a software business actually think globally and act locally. So like the first thing that you know in Zoho is that instead of you paying in dollars, you're paying in naira, which is very helpful for a lot of startups these days. So I think that was helpful. The other thing that got to me, I think the third thing that got to me is the aspect of his passion for businesses. So this is someone building software for businesses and is really passionate about those businesses as well. And it just shows that you can't build something that you're not really passionate about. Like you have to love the problem so much, you have to love the solution, and you have to love your customers. Like you have to make sure that you're solving something deep. So he was saying something like if you're charging someone 5 naira, it's even better that you give value more than that 5 naira. If you're giving like a 10 naira value, that's fantastic. That's when you really care about your customers. He mentioned that, like they haven't increased their prices in 4 years because things are hard. Nigeria is hard. So it's just being very intentional about, loving your customers even more. So I think that was really impactful. And honestly, if you're going to enjoy the episode, so when you enjoy it, you can comment, go to the YouTube channel, comment down below on what you really learned, like, share, and subscribe. It keeps us going, it keeps us motivated, it helps us to get amazing guests. Tell us what you think. So stay tuned. Welcome to the Angry Money Pod. Adebisi, how are you doing?
Very
Can you
fine.
hear
I'm
me?
looking forward to this episode. Like, I'm very yay about this episode, but I'm generally fine. How are you?
I'm doing well. I'm doing well. Today is going to be a fantastic episode. We're here with a very prolific person, and you guys will enjoy the conversation end to end. We're here with Mr. Kehinde, Maoga Kehinde, Uncle Kehinde. You can call him anything you want to call him. He is the country manager of one of the most successful companies in Nigeria and essentially in the world right now, Zoho. And he has experience in sales and marketing for close to a decade right now. So he's going to be dishing out a lot of content here. And he's been instrumental in the growth of Zoho in Nigeria. Kehinde, how are you doing today? Hope you're good.
I'm fantastic. How are you?
I am good. I'm good. I'm good. And I know a lot of people are going to, I can sense, even before this conversation, I can sense that this conversation is going to be so impactful. But before, I know a lot of people have personal questions. So we always ask personal questions first before we go into the business. So our first signature question is tell me something about yourself that doesn't have to do with anything about work. Doesn't have to do with Zoho.
So,
Doesn't have to do
Oh,
with your sales. Just we want to know you personally.
okay. Well, because that is really difficult, I've kind of lived my life around my work all my life. But I think one thing about me that is not work related. Number one, by my name, I'm a twin. I love my twin sister, right?
Wow.
And I enjoy watching movies.
Yeah.
On my free time, I just watch movie, and I can wake up by 2 a.m. and play music, and I'll be dancing in my house. 2, 3 a.m. So I enjoy good music, quality sound, and yeah, and I watch movies a lot actually. Not a lot, but reasonably well.
Yeah.
And I like action
Sure.
movie, the shooting ones, the one they are jumping from the helicopter and stuff. So I like those ones.
So, guys, if you want to
see
get to
you.
know Kane, then I can just message him on the latest movies so that he'll be like your friend. You get.
Yes, I agree.
So, can you tell us? Described yourself in a non-professional way. Can you describe yourself in a much more professional way? So, who is Kane in the work environment?
Fantastic. Okay, so my name is Kehinde Ogundare, and I currently work as the country manager for Zoho Nigeria. And Zoho is the multinational company. We provide business optimization software for businesses from small, medium to large enterprises. And currently, too, I still manage the West African market. So not not only Nigeria. So
Nice.
we are looking into
Oh, wow.
expansion into Ghana, other West African countries. So most of the time when you see me, I'm always thinking about what.
Work,
So
work, work.
yeah, so that is me professionally. And like you said, I'm a digital transformation specialist, so and business process optimization specialist. By the virtue of my title and my work with Zoho, I've been able to work with multiple companies, streamline their business processes, and find a way to infuse technology. Because I believe that there is no way in this age and time you're running your business and you won't use technology. People think they
Yeah.
don't need it, but social media is a technology platform, right? And people are posting on social media every day about what they are selling, what they want to buy. People are commenting. So it's the way you can actually harness that platform to enhance your productivity and your revenue is very important. So that is Kehinde
It's
Catford.
That's Kehinde. That's a fantastic real-time pitch. This is a business. So in terms
Yeah.
of from what I just heard now, and it's surprising because I always thought that it was like Nigeria, but it seems that you're also expanding into other West African countries.
Yes,
But let's take a look back into Nigeria and where you became country manager. I know that there are a couple of unique challenges and
mm,
opportunities that you saw in the market. For a
yes,
B2B company generally, which is I feel like that's basically how your business is structured. What were
yes.
those challenges and opportunities that you experienced when you were scaling in Nigeria? And what is the difference when you're thinking of scaling in other countries as well around Africa? What are those challenges that you're seeing in the company?
Okay, so in Nigerian markets, doing business in Nigeria can be very tricky. And when I came to Nigeria back in 20, that was when we kind of have like a physical presence in the country. Now, at that
Yeah.
point, the major challenge we had at that time, we're still having it anyway, is what I would say the ever-present currency challenge, exchange rate. That was the era of Buhari when the limit on your dollar card or Naira card is just $10 or $50 per month. And that poses a lot
Yeah.
of challenges to businesses. And because this business they need to pay for their software, and most of this software are not locally made, so they have to pay in
Right.
USD. So that was the first challenge. The second one is, I would say, infrastructure. When people don't have access to the right gadgets, to internet, to run their business. So it also poses a kind of a threat and some disadvantage when you're trying to actually tell them to use technology. And they'll be like, I don't have a laptop, I don't have a mobile, Android, or maybe iOS phone. And then cost of internet in Nigeria is crazy.
Yeah.
Now, if you're trying to encourage people to scale their business to come to a cloud-based software will use internet. Apart from you paying for the software, you have to pay for the data, for your data to sync it to the cloud. So that
Exactly.
is a major challenge that any business, talk about small, medium, and large enterprise. That is a major concern in this country. And power too. Can you imagine what would you do without power? As a typical Nigerian man, seeing power itself, I'm happy.
I was
Even when
happy.
when I don't need the power, and maybe there is a power short cottage, what do you call it? Blackout.
Yes.
I am depressed, even though I don't need it. I'm like, what happened? Infrastructure, um, currency devaluation and fluctuation in current exchange rates, those are the major challenge I think a B2B would they are facing in this country. We can then go into granular of what comes to ease of doing business in the country. Then that is policy wise. That would be the
Yeah.
third point. Policies in the country. We need to make Nigeria very accommodating to new businesses. We should allow people to fail. The moment you start seeing people doing good stuff in this country, there will be one government body that will come and say, okay, you need this certification, that certification, and then that frustration you have to go through to get it done, it's very, very discouraging. So I think those are the challenges that I can just maybe top three challenges I would say
Okay.
B2B businesses in Nigeria are currently facing, and opportunities, right?
Yeah.
Nigeria, we are blessed, like in
Hmm.
all ramifications. Like I'm a pro Nigeria anytime. I'm a Nigerian guy. I am proud to be a Nigerian. When you speak to Nigerian young, they have wild imaginations. When you talk to them, you can see that they want to do something. But now the challenges is infrastructure, access to this funding, access to this information. So we have a bright mind in Nigeria. Nigeria is blessed with oil and gas. We are blessed with agricultural resources. We have intellectual people in this country that are currently developing one of the vibrant startup ecosystem on the continent in
Very true.
Nigeria. Can you imagine what we can do when we can harness those potential? And I just even Googled this morning, the median median age in Nigeria is 17 years.
Wow.
17 years. So, which means we are a very, very young
Young.
country, and we are more than 200 million. Can you imagine if 60% of our population is less than 40 years? So that means that gives another 30 to 40 to 60 years. Nigerians can still be actively performing, contributing to the economy, developing innovations. We have innovations happening in this country, but people are jackpying, and that's go back to the challenges again.
Do you think that you mentioned a lot about Nigeria, but when are those the similar challenges you face when you're moving outside Nigeria as well? So maybe you're going to maybe a country like Ghana, for example. Do you see some similarities in those challenges as well?
So when you're working within the African space, tech space, right? There are similarities in the way you do your business. And ultimately, I want to believe that if you've done a business in Nigeria successfully, you can replicate that and just tweak a little bit of things, just move it around.
Yes.
And it will work in other country. And secondly, but if you try it outside the country and you're trying to replicate it in Nigeria, it might not work. You will need a new strategy for Nigeria. So if you've tried it in Nigeria, and that will also maybe speak to the fact that I would say in the African continent, Nigerians are well respected, contrary to the opinion that people think we are fraud and everything. Nigerians are well respected. Anything you do in Nigeria, you expand. So for example, I think, is it Flutterwave? They have office in Kenya.
Yeah.
They started in Nigeria.
Yes.
You can easily expand. If it's working in Nigeria, other countries will see it, they want to adopt it,
Very
So,
true.
but their challenges will be policies, right? You have to now walk through the maze of this one, that one, get this one regulatory policy. So that could be one of the challenges in other country. But as a Nigerian man, I think you already have an upper hand when you're trying to introduce yourself. And Nigerians are very smart and intelligent. We can easily fit into any economy, any country, or even weather condition. My friend will tell you that if you go to any country and you didn't see a Nigerian man, they run. Those people are not human beings. So I think our tenacity is what we need. But there are similarities in this market. You just have to understand the people. Don't just read online. Go there and experience it yourself. Go to Ghana, stay for 1 month, understand the terrain. What are the people like? How can I actually penetrate into those markets? How can I change them, their mindset on how to adopt technology? See, I will speak from a point of technology. What is their understanding of technology? Do they see it as a threat or as an opportunity to scale their business? Do people consider it, technology is going to take my job. I don't have money to pay for it. Some people consider technology very expensive. Like it's very expensive. They can't afford it, but that is not entirely true. So when you understand it, you experience those experiences, right, yourself, then you can then devise a means to penetrate into that market and, help the community adopt whatever you want to sell to them.
That makes a lot of sense. When you're thinking about like so far, let's say in the last 3-4 years, right, in the B2B landscape, there have been a huge sort of, B2B businesses, growing.
Yes.
And it's also like when you think of Zoho coming into the African continent, I'm sure they are betting big on businesses also growing as well. What are the key trends that you're seeing right now when you're thinking about, businesses growing? What is shaping that, that bet you guys are making here in the continent?
Okay, so like I said, we are blessed in this country, right? And majority of our population right now, they are independent and they don't have any dependents. So which means their risk capital is very high. People can leave Lagos and move to Abuja tomorrow, right? Business, you can start something and fail and you will start again. But if you imagine our parents in maybe between their late 40s, they have kids in school, they can try it. So Nigeria has a very young population, so which means innovation and development is always on the rise, right? So 3 years ago, and during COVID, that was when it became apparent to a lot of people that I can actually be working from home and make enough money. Before COVID, our understanding of the marketplace is you wake up in the morning, you go to the office, you sign in, you sign out. That is when you can make money. If you're a businesswoman, you need to go to a physical shop, go and present whatever you have in the market and people will buy it. Now, post-COVID, it became apparent that anywhere you are, even as a student or even as a full-time employee in any sector, you can still run a successful business without having a physical presence anywhere. You can have a meeting with your investors, with people all over the world in 30 minutes, 1 hour virtually, and you can actually seal deals. So when people see that, and Nigerians are very smart, like I said, they want to earn, they want to actually get on that. Oh, I can make extra money. Everybody, like I said, angry money, vex money, it's very easy. It's very important. So those are the trends that we've seen in the last 3 years. And also the adoption of technology in Nigeria has also increased. People have come to realize that there is no way they want to run a successful business anywhere in the world, even thinking of scaling or even enlarging or even expansion without using technology. Not only using technology, you need accurate data, right? You need data to actually make sense of your performances, to know what you need to do next, how how what your numbers are, not just making money. Some people are making money, but they are losing a lot of money, So you
Exactly.
want to know where your customer, the trend, you want to analyze everything. You need software to do that. And in the last 3 years, we've been able to see that. And most importantly, our fintech ecosystem in Nigeria has really expanded in financial inclusion, banking the unbanked, you go to the market, people will say they have this account, just send it to my phone number. And they are making that, they can easily do that, By doing so, those people have a record, transaction record. So if they want to apply for loan from the bank tomorrow, just go to maybe their mobile money app, download their bank statement, they can present to the bank, okay, I want to expand my business. Please, this is what I've done. This was my turnover last year. This is what I anticipate this year. So they have data to work on. So in the last 3 years, the trend has really been adoption of technology. We have automation now. Can you imagine if I tell you how you can automate a whole process without you interfacing with anybody? You'll be amazed. You can see the potential. So you can actually go out, go do the networking, meet people, get their details, put it into a software that will send them regular updates about what you're doing. And seeing is believing. You can't get my
True.
contacts in January and send me email in September. I won't remember that conversation. But the software is there regularly telling your clients that, okay, we have a new update now, we have a new product, we are invited for this, and you don't really need to interface with those people or with this software. Just automate that process. That will give you more time to think of how to expand your business, how you can scale up. You can then have time to think into diversifying your income. Okay, we are doing this. A lot of our financial institutions right now, they are doing so many things out of banking system. A lot of them
Very
are
true.
going into a lot of other things. That is because they find a place for technology that can undo the mundane activities, the day-to-day activities that is just repetitive. Then they can then focus their human labor, human resource to work on market expansion. What else can we do?
Yes.
Value-added service, education, is it sustainable energy? You will see that technology has made a lot of things possible in the last 3 years. And then the advent of AI now. I mean, so can you imagine what
About
is
to
what is what is
move
cooking for a
What's
lot of
happening?
what's
businesses?
possible. Sure.
Yeah.
Not to move crazy.
I mean,
So and
there's
from
something you
Zoho,
mentioned, really. I think there's something important that you mentioned, which is just the COVID actually changed a lot of things.
yes,
People were stuck at home and they literally didn't have any means. They were forced to actually use the internet more or
yes,
better. They were forced to use tools. And they found out that those tools were even better than what they were doing before. And that has led to a lot of efficiency for most businesses, for most
mm,
people. You
Mm.
mentioned something like when you go to the markets now, it's strange that the average person just has a bank account. Like the average seller now just say, send it to my account. I'll wait for it. And it just
yes.
shows and this was not happening 2 years ago. Like it's insane. Like
Wasn't.
these women, they didn't care. They just wanted cash in their account. So it just shows like a lot of things are actually changing. Like you mentioned, financial inclusion is happening. A lot of people can now see opportunities where they can make money without actually leaving the confines of their house. I think that's really important. That's when you're looking at trends basically, and Nigeria has been growing in that light.
Yes.
Yeah, David.
So it's just like, and again, I'm just still like, as a business myself, I can just I really like really really relate to like most of the things that you said. Just a bit, no, not so random. Like I remember scrolling through WhatsApp and somebody said something like, "You want to grow your business and you're not using Zoho," and I just laughed because I'm like, actually, how do you want to grow your business without using Zoho? Because like, how really do you want the Nigerian market actually can, like you said, can be very tricky. What were the things that, or what were the strategies that you implemented as a business to just ensure that you win the Nigerian market? Like I honestly think that Zoe is winning the Nigerian market, if not already won it already. But like, what were those things or strategies or implementation that you took or steps you took?
Okay, so thank you very much for that question. And I get that question a lot. People want to know the secrets behind our market presence. So, but I think the major thing is I always have like 2.3 actually. Number one is value for money, right? Secondly is what we call localization in Zoho, and the third is security and privacy. So the first one is, so let me start with localization. So there is this saying within Zoho that will say, think global, but act local. So when you're trying to create a service or good, think of what is possible globally, but when you are trying to act local. So Zoho is a multinational company. And so if I'm trying to replicate the same thing we are doing in Dubai, Saudi Arabia, exactly the same way it was done there, it's not going to work in this country. However, while we are trying to design the products, we are trying to design our SLA, the services, the offers from Zoho. It's a global standard. So, which means even if you move your business from Nigeria to Saudi Arabia, to South Africa, or even to Kenya, it's a globally acceptable standard, right? So when you think global, but then you now act local. So acting local will now mean you need to now think of how do you serve the local community in Nigeria. That is when you can see that we price our product in local pricing, Naira. So we don't want
Yeah.
our customers to have to go through the hassle of converting, exchange rate and everything. That is us acting local. So anybody in Nigeria wants to subscribe to Zoho, they can easily use their MasterCard, their Visa card, their Verve card, bank transfer, USSD. Those are the local acts. USSD, I don't think they have it in Ghana, even that is close by. Those are the local acts in Nigeria. So you act local. So when it comes to marketing, speak to the audience, the language they understand. You can't be speaking phone and be speaking, or you're doing some adverts, you're using foreign models and you're telling them how to do business in Nigeria. They will tell you this is not, but when they see a Nigerian man speaking to them that I have tried it, I'm telling you it's going to work for you, they will believe it. So think global, act local. The second one is value for money. If you've ever used Zoho, there is always something new on the existing application you are using, and we're not going to ask you to pay for it. And when you look at the value proposition of the software we are providing the client, it's global standard, it's premium. You understand?
Sure.
So talk about your sales process, talk about your marketing, talk about your human resource or your finance. Those applications are standard products. So value for money. If you're paying just 2 naira, you are getting the value for that 2 naira. And easily you can scale to 5 naira, 20 naira, to 2 because you've seen it that, okay, I'm not just paying ridiculous amount of amount for software and I'm getting little from it. So when you're paying for it, even though you're paying less, but you can see the value, you can see how that software has impacted your business. That is the message we're preaching, that, okay, come to Zoho, we'll give you value for money. And the third one is privacy and security. In the age that we are currently right now, everything is cloud-based, So, and it is the responsibility of software companies like ours to make sure that your data is secure, it's safe, and it's private to you. So when you check these things, so I think that would be our strategy. We try to do globalization by localizing the product. And also about localization too, we are trying to now, okay, we've already started. We've integrated with local partners in Nigeria, people that have something that our clients will need. You integrate, we collaborate with them. To use our platform to help theirs, to use their platform to help us, we collaborate and bring value to the client. So it's just the mix of these three. And if you understand this as a business person, when you see Zoho, it will be appealing to you. What are these guys doing? We have our customers in mind in everything we are doing. In the last 4 years, we've not reviewed our pricing in the last 4 years. So, but with the economic situation right now, it won't be fair on any business owner that, Zoho is going to increase. So even though it's understandable, but it's not fair because I will tell people, why are you increasing the price? We are in the same market, right? But my income is still the same. Why are you now telling me what I used to get for 2 naira is now 7 naira? So when you look at that, three aspects: localization, value for money, and then privacy and security. I think that is. I mean, I can tell you other stuff, but I think the major top three, that would be the major top three from.
Yeah, I can see that Zoho really knows who needs Zoho, knows the kind of business that needs Zoho, and basically talks to users. Like, I really like the fact that you said act locally, because like you said, truly there are certain payment styles that you can use in Nigeria that might not be able to use in another city. And just knowing that helps you basically solve the problem and deliver this like product or these solutions, like really. So I want to go into, or have a question around Zoho's product. So you said something about from small scale to large scale, and I'm just
Yes.
wondering, what are the products that you have? How do I put this now? What are different products, that Zoho has, that different businesses, irrespective of their level, their revenue, can use to upscale their business?
Thank you very much. I'm smiling because I like the question. And because that is the field I work, digital transformation, and over the years I've learned to just break it down into business units. right?
Mm.
So when you break it down into business units, you understand that every business person, whether small, medium, or large, they need Zoho, right? So the business units will be, for a business to run, you need a sales department. It might be a one-man business. So me using department, don't let that confuse you. You need a sales
Mhm.
department that will go out and bring sales. You need
So, yeah.
marketing, right? Either social media marketing, digital marketing, OOH, or even word of mouth. You need marketing department. Now, you need finance department, right? So when your customer is paying, they are paying to a pocket, a treasury, who is going to keep it and record that payment, And then you now have to look at your employee productivity, which will now take you to human resource management software. And then finally, productivity and collaboration tool, which is the fifth one. Now, the top three from this business unit is sales, is marketing, sales, and finance.
Yeah.
Now look at it from a small shop, right? Anybody that has a small shop, you are selling groceries, right? You are doing marketing. When you ask them to come and buy stuff from you, that is them doing marketing, word of marketing, right? The same person can also be the same sales agent. So when they want to buy, they tell you what they want. Okay, you want 2 cups of this, 3 cups of that, they will give it to you, right?
Yes.
And then finance will now come in, you collect payment from them in exchange for a good and service, right? So that
Yes.
is the lowest on the table, right? On the ladder.
Yes.
Now, going to corporate world, you have sales team, you have marketing team, you have finance team. So these are three major departments. So it doesn't matter whether you are in the market setting or you're in a corporate setting, blue collar job, white collar job, or even we have something called yellow collar job now. Those are the entertainment industry, the skit
Interesting.
maker, they are yellow
The
collar job,
influence.
So
Okay.
they are selling themselves. They are doing skits, posting it. They will do the skits. They will say, put on their story. That is marketing, right? Then somebody will book them and then they will send invoice for payments and then they provide the service. So in any sector you find yourself, you are doing sales, you're doing marketing, and you are doing finance. Now, if you take it further, the owner of a supermarket, they probably have maybe 2 or 5 employees, the cashier, the teller, the storekeeper, the manager. How do you manage them? Attendance
Mm.
management, leave management, the employee benefits. How do you manage them? It does not really mean that you need to be in a corporate setting to have human resource management too. Now, when you now go
True.
to productivity and collaboration, how do you communicate with your people? Are you using a public domain like a social messaging platform, or do you need a software that will make it so when they hear the tone, pom pom, this is work, not my friend trying to chat me up? Working on a
True.
document, everybody can come together and collaborate on that document. So when you look at it now, I've broken it down into the market people, small, medium, and enterprise.
It's like,
Everybody will
yes.
have to need a sort of software to run these 5 segments of their business. Those are the target audience for Zoho. And the fact that we can actually see you use it, you can try it yourself and you can scale your business doing it. So that is why everybody should come to us and then we can have them onboarded.
Like really, it just means though it's for everybody, anywhere, anytime. Doesn't matter where you are. Whether
Yes.
you're at ideation or you're at international sales, Zoho has something for you. I don't know. Do they
Yes.
have like? Do you want to talk about like the specific names of the products and say, oh, this
Oh,
is
yes.
this? Yes, please. Can you speak
All
to
right,
that a bit?
fantastic.
That'd be lovely.
All right. So on our platform, we've got a lot of applications, right? So when you talk about sales, the business unit for sales right now, right? Let's take the most important one, which is Zoho CRM. So CRM means customer relationship management tool. Now, when we interpret that customer relationship management tool, we can easily mean sales management tool. When you get your lead, you can prospect them, nurture them, convert them to a paying customer. And after the sales, how do you keep up with them? How do you tell them? How do you cross-sell? How do you upsell? How do you maintain the account? You need a software that will tell you the life cycle of your existing customer. At the same time, your sales team can also use the same platform to nurture new leads. So that will be Zoho CRM. Under the same sales, we have something called Begin, Zoho Begin. Because when you think of CRM seems to be elaborate. So you want to do advanced automation, you want to do advanced implementation, that might not appeal to a small business owner that don't have it, but maybe want that. So we have something called Zoho Begin. So Zoho Begin is your sales pipeline management software. So you have 10 leads from this event. What is the status of those leads? Have you contacted them? Have you sent code? Have you probably scheduled an appointment to meet them? So how do you manage those leads through the pipeline and then you close the deal? So we have Zoho Begin for that. And also you can easily use Zoho Forms too for sales. Send people forms, let them fill it, get their details. Then you can sync that back into a repository like a CRM. Then you can then make sense of that data. So that is for your sales. Thinking of marketing, right? I'll be talking about digital marketing now because it's software. There are two essential things I will tell people to do is your social media marketing should be very strong. At the same time, do not neglect email campaign. Email is very, very important. Email,
Please.
an email is compulsory for you to send out at least one email every week to your existing customer, to your prospective customer, so that they know what you are doing in-house. They want you to tell them. So they get
Yes.
to know what you're working on. So email marketing. Now, how do you now manage your email marketing software? Because you just send out email. What is the feedback? You want to know how many people responded, how many people received the email, how many people opened the email. If you put a link in the email, like click here to read more or click here to sign up, how many people actually click on that? Now, if you send one campaign to one persons, right, and then you have the data of people who received it when the email got delivered. So let's say maybe they received it. Maybe it's open the email, right? And when you say click, maybe about 5 they actually click on that email. You have that data. As a business owner,
Sure.
you now have something to work with. Those people that click, something sparked their interest. So they should be your go-to first. The people that open but did not click, why did they not click? Is it that the message is too ambiguous or they need more clarification? Or do they have some certain concern about your business? That's why they did not open it. So you can actually make informed decision, not just guesswork with your email marketing, and then let's move to social media marketing. You are trying to do social media marketing, you are sending out posts. So it's not just about it's about your engagement and reach. Some people will see your posts, but they will not like it. Some people will just scroll through it, So your reach and impression, right? Okay, did you take time to actually go through the content, but you did not like it? It's fine. Some people don't like. I don't like to like pictures on social media too, because but then I'm going to read your content. So, so you now get to see your impression, you get to see your engagement, level. And at that point, at the end of the day, maybe after 1 week of running that campaign, you can now go back and check your reports. Okay, I sent out a post about a promo. 2,000 people engaged. I only have 20 likes. That does not mean that only 20 people got your post. 2,000 people have actually engaged the post. So you can see it and then probably tailor your next post to engage them even more. So give them a discount, give them an offer, so you can actually make a intelligent business decision with this data. So that is your marketing. On Zoho platform, we have Zoho campaign for email marketing. Sorry, I was explaining marketing for you. So we have Zoho campaigns for email marketing, and then we have Zoho social for social media marketing. And one thing about Zoho social is you can consolidate all this platform on Zoho social. So Facebook, Instagram, Twitter, about 7 to 9 of them. So can you imagine when you see how your post is performing across all platforms on just one dashboard? You don't need to move from one place to another place. So you can see, okay, LinkedIn is getting traction. We should focus on that. But Twitter, we are not getting the reaction. What should we do? Should I create a controversy now? Should I post something that is controversial so people will engage? You can decide to do anything, strategy on how to get people to engage. And when people engage, that is when you can convert them to sales. And that's when you can increase your revenue. So, and you have a lot of tools. You have this platform for your business enhancement. So if you can just use them properly, you will definitely scale your business. And then when we move to, so that is marketing. We have sales IQ for live chats. I always believe that if you have a website, you need to have a live chat. You need to be able to engage somebody. For me now, there are some things I don't just want to. So when you go to a lot of typical websites, they have contact us page. Contact us. On contact us page, you will not see phone number, you will not see email address, you just see forms. You'll be asking for your name and email address. And I don't want to give you my name and email. I just want to ask you simple question. Why do I need to give you my name and email address? So live chats can work in that sense. Chat and agents, sorry, are you sure you can do this? Are you sure you can do that? And then you can easily convert them, easily get their details, then sell to them. And so live chat is also important for your marketing too. And then you move to finance, right? How do you reconcile your payments? You've done your marketing, you've done your sales. How do you now reconcile everything and make sure that you are making profits? That's when you need Zoho Books. So Zoho Books is a comprehensive finance software. So you can get to see your bank reconciliation, you can do your budgeting, you can do all your journals on Zoho books. I mean, so when you can make sense of that, it's really, really good for you. And then we have inventory management, your warehouse management, your item lists, everything, you want to know what you have left, when do you need to restock, when you have this data, So what else do I need to talk about? Human resource. We have Zoho people for human resource, Zoho people for attendance management, leave management, employee benefits, appraisal, performance module, KPI, your KRAs, how do you calculate them? Even your peer-to-peer reviews, how do you engage it? Trust me, a lot of employees don't like talking to HR. Even they want to complain about the kind of maybe the way their manager spoke to them or their experience, they don't want to go into HR because see, they are human beings like now best friend though, So we can use a software to be an intermediary. I can easily type and submit. The HR will receive it. They can do maybe their background verification and then so a software tool is needed to manage your workforce as well. And productivity, we have Zoho Mail, Zoho Workplace, and yeah.
Just there's something you mentioned around email that really got to me because we use the email a lot, and we
Yes.
have customers across in our business. We have customers across the globe, so we know exactly when a customer is in the UK, in the US, and with that too, it allowed us to essentially tailor our messaging to that customer in the UK. So every single email that person was receiving, because of we know that these are the list of customers. You say, okay, UK customers, you receive this.
Yes.
Canadian customers, you receive this, and just tailor it directly to this. Then what you mentioned is also important because you get to see when some of them will open it, some of them open it and
Some will
click.
not.
So people that open it, some will not. So I just said, people that have opened it, fantastic. I know that you're interested. So how do we gather you like this and see how do we move further into the conversation?
Yeah.
So I think that's really, really important for me, at least as a user. I think that was very useful for me as a user.
I also
Thank you.
want to mention how, if you can see how easy it is to remember. So when you want to use Zoho, you just say, "Oh, I want to use Zoho people," because obviously I really like the naming convention. I feel like the problem comes to your
Thank
head.
you.
The name is just like, I noticed
Yeah, I
that.
used to tell people
So
that if you don't know what our product is all about, just look at the name. Zoho
Yes.
people for people, Zoho books for your books,
for books.
inventory for inventory management, CRM, customer relationship manager, Zoho campaigns, you send email campaigns, Zoho social media. So just look at the name and then you can actually guess what the product is all about. It's just about user friendliness as well too. We have a lot of them. So it's not easy when you have to now think of what is this, what is that. But looking at the name itself, thank you for pointing that out. That's so good.
Yeah, so just a quick one, right? Building a business can also be it has its ups and downs. But sometimes when you read the testimonials of the people that use your product, you're like, oh my God, really? People are really enjoying this, or this solution is getting to you. So what would be like the maybe success stories of businesses that you have heard, and you just really appreciated
It
so
warms your
deeply
heart.
what you do? Yes, you just feel like I'm not working today. Let me close my laptop.
Well, so I kind of get good feedback almost all the time. And also because I participate in a lot of events as well. We participate at Zoho. We have a booth, we have a stand. People can come in and make inquiries. And one thing I normally tell people is if you are trying to use Zoho, just come to any of our booths and probably meet any of our clients. They will be the ones selling Zoho to our clients. I will just be here. They'll be like, oh, you have to try them. It will help you this and that. I'm like, that is a testimonial. I personally work with more than maybe hundreds of businesses in Nigeria, and they will always come back and tell you that this is working for them. This is working for them. Even when they have like issues with maybe the process and everything, they are still very gracious because they understand that Zoho is always available to help them out. So a lot of success story. Even recently, there was a Twitter buzz maybe 2 or 3 weeks ago about Zoho. I slept, I woke up and I saw pings. Kenny, what is going on? And I'm like, people are already having a full-blown conversation about how Zoho is helping their business. Oh, you're sleeping on it. You should try them out. Try this product. Try that product. Even me as the country manager, I'm oblivious of what is happening on Twitter. And I woke up that morning, I'm like, this is interesting. Let's check. Send it to my marketing team. Okay, can you engage them? Give them links, and let's engage the person that actually started the conversation to see what actually. And when you sit down and listen to them, they will tell you that productivity increased by 19%, 71%, 50%. When they implemented this successfully, they've been able to their productivity, their team, compliance and and everything is optimal. Those are success story, and we have a lot of them, especially in Nigeria businesses.
Like that's really, really interesting. Really interesting. So Zoho with a lot of businesses. Where do you think the future of innovation and technology is going? Like where do you think the next wave? Where do you think that's heading to?
Hmm.
Like you guys have like
So
data. You have data to say.
So I think the next wave for technology in Nigeria and across the world, like I mentioned earlier, it will probably be artificial intelligence, right?
Mm,
And Internet of Things. Automation is already here, but people are not really harnessing that potential yet. I think in the trend, this moving forward will be for people to understand what they can automate during their business process, and artificial intelligence. So trust me, even in Zoho, our products, right, there is always a place for artificial intelligence. We have
mm,
Zia. You want to get a report, just chat with some. It will make your life easy. You want to respond to an email, and let me give you one gist. With Zoho, if you integrate AI into your Zoho mail, you don't need to read the complete email. This is just like a cheat code.
uh-uh.
We have Zia that will summarize your entire email for you. It will summarize it
Love it.
maybe in 3 lines and tell you,
I love it. I
can you
love it already.
look at your busy schedule. You have busy schedule, you have a lot of emails, and you have to read lengthy emails. Zia can read through it, summarize it for you, and then when you're responding, just tell them I'm okay, I'm fine with the appointment, schedule it for Tuesday, and it will compose a comprehensive standard email. Just say good, read it, and then send. So that is the work of AI. So you reduce the time you're spending doing that. Also too, there is this thing when you send an email that you say please find the attachment, but attachment is not there. You will send it. You'll not be like, oh my god, I forgot the attachment, trying to recall the email back. If for by any means you please find the attach and you didn't attach the documents in your email and you click on send, Zoho will tell you that you did not attach anything before you send. Do you want to send or you want to still attach? So it's give you credence. I mean, it's just efficient for you. When you click on send, like no, I have not attached. You can easily attach your document. So there is no case of your email going attaching for a document that you attach
Yes,
is
come back
following.
and say
Everything goes.
go together.
So
No,
that is
no, no.
AI, and that's not. So that is very small. Can you imagine what you can do on a larger scale when you are trying
Yeah.
to make business intelligence decisions? You are telling your AI to tell you, okay, what was my sales report in January compared with January 22? Instead of you doing it manually, you can have Zia in your CRM. Zia, give me the comparison between January 24 and January 22. What is the margin? And Zia will come back with a report within maybe 3, 4, 5 seconds, and you have it. So the new trend is for people to start looking at AI as the tool to enhance their productivity. And people will get to know that. There is a lot of bad rep about AI taking your job and everything. It's not going to be. We have to evolve as human beings and see how we can implement this thing to increase and give us more leverage in our business. And thirdly, Internet of Things. That is when your devices can connect to internet and sync to another device, and you can actually look at everybody kind of have like a smartwatch now. That is Internet of Things.
Right.
Ordinary watch can speak to your phone, and you can get your heartbeats. You can see how many steps you're taking. That is Internet of Things. Your car outside, you can use an application to lock it, auto theft, just this Internet of Things. I mean, I'm just talking from the basic. Now look at manufacturing
Yeah.
industry. You want to see how many newspapers were printed last year, last week, yesterday. So these manual things that you're doing, and you're finding a way to use technology, which has come to stay, by the way, Internet of Things is going to be the next trending. So I believe automation, AI, and Internet of Things should be what any business owner should look out for as the trend moving on from 2020.
That's actually you're actually right. Like at this point, I think everybody needs to embrace technology, right? AI will maybe
Yeah.
take your job if you don't know how to use the AI, right? Technology is not fighting with anybody. And I think that's like a mind shift that we need to have, that this is supposed to empower you to do things better. I just sometimes imagine a world where there was no blender, so we have to be using water and no, but we still have to ride donkeys to work. Imagine
Yes.
it in Lagos traffic. Donkeys in Lagos traffic. No, we're not
Because
gonna do that.
last
So
week there was this time the internet was not working at my home. I was working from home, and internet was down for like 5, 6 hours. And
Wow.
honestly, I feel like I'm useless. I can easily
Yes.
turn on my TV, watch TV or anything, but the fact that I cannot send email, I cannot do anything on the internet, that now got
Felt
me
paralyzed.
thinking. Got me thinking that, can you imagine my parents 40 years ago? 30 years ago without internet, how were they able to survive?
Why are they doing it?
How are they doing it? You know? So it's
Actually, you can't. You can't. I really can't.
Even the budget.
Because even the TV, you need internet because it's Netflix. Because I'm not so sure what they are showing on like other like stations. So
Internet of Things.
yeah, great,
You know?
great.
Those
So
years we
as
used to
we
go to store to buy CD, cassettes, and put it in and
I'm gone.
rewind. Now nobody's doing that again. I mean,
Nobody.
you know,
Nobody.
just subscribe to the
Yeah.
streaming platform and then you can get entertainment. Can you imagine? Even the entertainment industry, the blue collar job, they are making more money now than they can ever imagine. Maybe they can ever imagine 40 years
Yes.
ago. You know, streaming
Yes.
platform, Internet of Things. It's just fantastic how technology has come to improve our quality of life. Can you now imagine what the life will be like in the next 20 years? In the next 30
Actually,
years. So if you cannot
yes.
key into that now to now find a way to embrace it and look at how I
Mhm.
can better my life, redefine my life to prepare myself. So that when it's happening, I can easily take it. Even personal skills development too, you know, you want to read before you have to go to library and sit down and, you know, come back home, you know. Now you can read online. There is audiobook, there is podcast, you know.
Yeah.
So you can actually gain information by just putting in your headphone and you can still work, you know. So
True,
technology has really
true.
come to stay to change the way we
Has
see things, the way we see life as, you know, as it is now.
yeah, actually.
I've gained a lot in this conversation. I think I have a better insight on how to scale a
So
business. Have a better insight on the first thing you mentioned around what has made Zoho so massive is when you're thinking globally and you're acting locally. And a lot of they always think of the first one, which is, oh yeah, want to scale, and they never really think about the people that they are scaling to. You know, and it's so important. We're getting into the light up session. So this session is the light questions are coming in. And
Okay.
my first question is, when would Zoho bring out Zoho music? I know that's very interesting.
Okay, well, I would note that down and probably talk to our product team. You know, but I mean, I think the moment we start, even right now, I think any music industry will still use Zoho. You have employee that is working correctly under your music industry, so you need to give them an email. You need to work
Yeah.
with your data. So you want to see your streamings, right, from all the platform, you business intelligence, analytical tool. So Zoho Analytics is there. So you want to put them together, create a dashboard and see, okay, Spotify is doing well than YouTube. YouTube is doing well than Apple Music, you know. So Zoho is already in that business with you. You understand? Like
Yes.
I explained, what do we speak with? Business units. And as a business
Yeah.
owner, whether music or buying and selling, construction, manufacturing, so Zoho is already there. But maybe streaming platform we might consider it. So we call it Zoho Music. You know, you can listen to music on our
The
platform.
new idea just came into see, you never can say. When
You
you see
never can
Zoho music
tell.
next year now, you'll be like, well, it came from Angry Money Pod.
Well, yes, I will give you the credits.
What are the favorite songs right now? So we have a Spotify list where all our guests actually just mentioned their top 3 songs and we add it. So you guys can go and listen to music of some of your favorite guests, So what right now, you're a music person already. I can sense
Yes,
that. Top 3 songs
let me check my
nice.
music. Okay, okay. Oh, this one is I kind of like. I actually love this song from Brandy. Have you ever? It's a
Nice.
love song.
Have you
Have you
ever?
ever?
Oh,
Yes, it's a love song, and I would say this Davido that he did with money, na money, na money, na money. You know,
Oh, okay.
we are on
I
angry
get
money, so na money seems appropriate. And the third one will be Burna Boy, anybody. They are not new songs, but you know, I like the
yeah.
lyrics, you know.
I can
So
see
yeah,
you're into timeless songs. Songs that
that's
age
good.
well.
yes.
Do you have any favorite books right now that you recommend, our listeners to check out?
Yes, I'm reading a book right now. I'm not really good with names, sorry.
Yeah, it's fine.
I'm reading a book right now. Let me get it. Just a moment, please.
Yeah.
Great, sorry. So the name of the book is Almanac of Naval Ravikant. You know, it's a
It's
guide to
interesting.
wealth and happiness. So how can you make money and still be happy? How can you also be efficient? You know, when people have kind of demonized money, so people have demonized money. So how can you make money and still maintain your happiness? You know, that is what I'm reading right now. I think it's very good. I would recommend this for anybody to go read it. And my all-time favorite book is actually 48 Laws of Power. You know,
That's a very
48 laws
interesting
of
pick.
power, you know. So because it's not just about the power itself, it's how you can actually apply it in your life when you understand the rules. See, there is always a process. I told someone, I said, today we are working in a system. Everything we are doing right now, it has been designed by a system. That was when COVID-19, a lot of us cannot understand it. How can I be inside for 24 hours? That was not the system we were used to. The system was to wake up in the morning, go out, come back, go out again. But COVID came and disrupted everything. So that system was new to us. Now we have a new system that when people are looking for job, they are looking for hybrid or remote. 5 years ago, that was not the trend. So when you now understand 48 laws of power, how can you harness and bring it together and then, apply it in your life? So when it comes to how to talk to your superiors, how to be time conscious, what you need to do, and you get, so I love that book a lot, 48 laws of power. You can read the summary, you can buy it, you can download it. It's a very fantastic book.
I think that one question I would like to ask is just like listening to you and having your background, you definitely have like a very rich well of experience, especially even with working with businesses. So what are like key things that you would mention when or like when you're talking to an entrepreneur, a founder that is trying to really scale his business? What are, let's say, 5 top things that you most likely say, oh, I think you should look at this, I think you should do this?
Okay, I'm going to speak not on the specific products, but I'm going to give you like a holistic, because when you implement them, you can use it across any sector. The first thing is know your purpose. Know your purpose. Why are you doing that business? You can't just do it because everybody's doing it. Why are you doing it? When you know your purpose, I'm trying to improve the quality of life for students in the rural area. That is your purpose. So
True.
the rural area approach is going to be different from the urban approach. So know your purpose.
Okay.
So when you know your purpose, then you will develop a business map, a roadmap to get it done. So which is why I said the rural approach will be different from urban approach. So if you are talking to the rural people, you can't be speaking big grammar and asking them to bring millions of naira to Kineko. You need to deal with them at that level. So know your purpose, develop business map, and then, so while you're developing your business map, create or perfect your products or services. See, gone are the days when people will stick with you just because you have good relationship. You need to perfect, value for money. If anybody is going to spend 10 naira today, they must get the value. If they're not getting the value, they will come and drag you on social media. Trust me. So gone are the days when you will just hide under one email and no, they will come on social media, they will drag you. So perfect your craft, perfect your product and services, so people will gravitate towards you. And the third one is connect with your customers, whether online, offline. Connect. See, we tend to make a mistake when we think our product is good. People will come. My product speaks for itself. It's a mistake. It's a blatant lie. Trust me. Unless they try it, they won't know it's good. How would they know about it if you're not connecting with them? And there is no perfect product. There is always room for improvement or even enhancement. So when you hear your customer's point of view, you can then go back, redesign the product to speak to what the market see. Innovation is happening every day. Things are changing. If you are using a particular, so for example, now in Zoho, if we are saying that our product is good, but we can't incorporate AI, AI is a need we don't want to. People will leave Zoho to go to other companies that will give them that innovation. So the same thing for your business. You need to connect with your people, get feedback, and perfect your product. And lastly, sustainability. So create a plan that will make your business sustainable, that can weather any storm. So which is why when you're spending, you have prudent plan for spending your money. You don't just spend anyhow. Even when you are recruiting people, employing people, you have to be prudent. You need to know when and when not to employ. You understand? So you don't overdo it. At the same time, cost of technology, spending money, just pay for one software because, that is what is raining. They are big boys. At the end of the day, you are paying from your pocket to sustain a business that should be giving you revenue. So 3 points: know your purpose, develop a business plan, perfect your services and goods, and then, connect with your clients, and then maintain sustainability. Prioritize sustainability for your business. I can go on and on, but these are the key things that if you do them, your business can weather any storm.
Yeah, thank you so much for this. And I think that these are very core parts that a lot of times businesses underestimate, especially talking to users. People just feel like, oh, I'm already building a great product. Why should I talk to them? They would know how to use it. But really, if you really want to continue to understand them, you need to speak to them because things and seasons might really change in the life of this business. And you really want to be all through. My book is full. My knowledge bank is really full. This was so insightful. Yeah, thank you. Ose, do you have any questions? question.
No, I think this episode has been really helpful, and thank you so much. I really appreciate the anyone that is building a
Yeah.
business and building a B2B business. I think they'll find this really helpful. We have a lot of business owners listening. We have a lot of founders listening. So if you're not using Zoho, I think this conversation might, we'll be asking you why you're not using it. What's
Yes.
going on in
Sorry.
your business? And thank you
Mm.
so much for, shedding some light on some of those products. Was really helpful.
Very
And we're
much.
definitely going to have you back. So please
Yeah.
don't. We're definitely having you back. Right. Thank you so much. And
Thank
yeah,
you
this was
very
very,
much.
very insightful.
Fantastic. Thank you very much, Jose Maria. Thank you very much, Adebisi. I really enjoyed myself, and I think you guys are doing an amazing job. I think you are doing an amazing job. A lot of this information is available, but then you are a platform that you're giving out to people. And I think doing that alone is helping businesses develop skill sets that they need. If anybody
Yeah.
listens to your podcast, they are empowered, they are encouraged, to keep doing what they are doing, or they can actually get corrections. Okay, this is not the right thing to do. I'll probably attend it this way. So I think your platform is so important and it's crucial at the point where, podcast now is like everybody's having controversy somewhere, but it's something that is dedicated for business people to come and learn how they can scale up their business. So I want to say kudos to you, and I really
Thank you so
appreciate
much.
you having me on the show.
Thank
Thank
you
you so
so much.
much.
Thank you
It's
very
a
much.
wrap.
Yes, the wrap.
Thank you.